Hey everybody, Rachel Teedy here, and we have an update that may sound eerily familiar to last year. And this has a lot of people upset as the winter creeps ever closer, and it has to do with National Grid. National Grid saying today that the state can expect higher bills this winter, a same thing we heard last year. National Grid is increasing the cost of natural gas by 39% this winter, and electric heat rising 22%. They say it's because of inflation, the war in Ukraine, energy constraints, and worldwide supply chain issues. They encourage customers to try and install solar panels to help save money or to try to winterize their home to save money as well. So, we have several tips that we're going to talk about tonight at 9 and 11 o'clock. So, be sure to tune in for that. We also have some really dramatic video, and this might be hard for some people to watch. And it has to do with the Gloversville Police Department and how they're dealing with overdoses. They want to show people what happens when you mix daily overdoses with crime and poverty, and it really creates problems for a community. So Tessa Bentulin did a ride along with the Gloversville Police Department. She spoke to people, and the overdoses consume most of what the Gloversville Police can handle. The police chief saying drugs have just riddled the city, and officers always have to carry Narcan with them, which he says they use almost daily. So you're going to see more of this investigation tonight at 9 and 11 o'clock. How the police chief says that the Narcan is really only a Band-Aid solution, and there needs to be a better solution to try to save lives in that community. A little bit of good news, though. The Sitterly Road Bridge is reopening. It has reopened 5 days early. This bridge connects Clifton Park and Half Moon, and it's essential for travelers going to school and for work. Last April, part of the bridge was removed because it was hit by a boom lift. And the regional director of the New York DOT says a job of this size usually takes 12 to 18 months to replace. But this replacement bridge was designed in less than 5 months. It's now higher than the previous one as well by about 1.5 feet. So we can avoid a situation like we saw last April. So let's bring in Reed Kisselback, who has been tracking the weather situation here. And that's a beautiful look from Lake George.
It is. It makes you look at this and go, where the heck was this all day? I would rather have had this instead of the clouds. But, at least we get it at some point for the day today. And it's been a cloudy day. Clouds starting to clear out of the region. And so you're getting a nice looking sunset. So I guess you're welcome for Mother Nature on that part there. But 69 degrees out in Lake George at the moment. It's a beautiful shot. I could stare at that actually all day. But through the course of the next few hours here, we are going to see cloud cover stay pretty consistent at the moment, partly to mostly cloudy as you head further south. Temperatures dropping down to the low 60s overnight, but overnight lows down to the upper 50s. Doppler radar showing still spotty showers around our region. Most of us, though, in the clear. The only spot where we're really seeing that spotty light rain is southern Columbia County and parts of the Adirondacks here as well. So not quite out of the woods, but we're almost there. So the last of the rain coming to an end tonight. We're going to have a nice setup, though, as we head into the rest of the week. First thing tomorrow morning, watch for some patchy fog out on the road. It's going to be foggy because of the overnight lows, pretty close to the actual dew points outside. We start out the day tomorrow again in the upper 50s, low 60s. By noontime, we're up into the low 70s, and then highs for the day getting into the upper 70s. So slightly warmer than what we saw today. And notice, too, increasing sunshine through the course of the day. So it's going to be a lot more pleasant than what we saw today here as well. So tonight, 59, partial clearing of cloud cover, some fog popping up late, lingering to early tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be turning mostly sunny very gradually. It's a pleasant day, highs reaching to the upper 70s. And then you can see on the 7-day planner, plenty of sunshine on Friday, high of 82, into the low 80s for Saturday and Sunday, both days showing plenty of sunshine. Next chance for some more active weather coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with some scattered showers. Chance for some thunderstorms on Monday, but highs are going to drop just slightly back down to where they're actually supposed to be for this time of year, right in the upper 70s.
I love this. Muted. There we go. I'm muted now. So with these 70s, and maybe this is a question that is more, more complicated, but after these 70s go away, do you think we'll see the return of the 80s?
I always call September in my head when we get this false fall.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, we're finally getting there. And then you get one more week where you're like, oh, I wish it was fall. And then you get the fall weather after that. So I always kind of view this part right now as false fall
False fall.
until proven otherwise.
You did say a couple of weeks ago that you thought we'd see one more day of 90 degrees.
I never rule it out in September because you never know. I mean, we have the huge heat wave going on out in the Southwest right now. If the weather conditions are just right, that could push its way over here. It wouldn't be that hot, obviously, by the time it got over to us. But so those are the factors of you start to see the varying temperatures by quite a bit when you get to September, where you could have the fall temperatures and all of a sudden it's 87 again and then it's back down. So
it's one of those seasons. But we did the governor did announce today the official start of the fall foliage season. I am thrilled.
How thrilled are we?
I am very thrilled. Yeah. I really enjoy a good foliage situation. I want to do the foliage trains. Have you done the foliage train?
When I worked in Utica, I did the Adirondack foliage train for like a story.
Yes.
But I went on a very rainy day, and it was also not quite at the foliage you wanted just yet. But I could tell I was like, oh, this would be great on a sunny day with actual foliage.
Yes, I have a friend coming in a couple of weeks, and I was like, let's do the foliage train.
Gotta do the bike pedal ones on the train tracks. Those ones are good.
Yeah, I've seen that on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So many things that we can do now that it's foliage season officially. Love this for me. Okay, anyway, I am going to actually kick you out, Reed, because we have one more news story that we need to cover. Okay, bye. The last one is a new report from USA Facts, and it broke down how much each state spends on education. New York schools lead the nation in per pupil spending. So schools in New York spend a median of $25,358 per pupil. Massachusetts ranks 7th at $17,136 per student, and Vermont ranks 14th at $15,023 per student. So again, to reiterate, New York is at more than $25,000. Connecticut is second place at almost 21. So it's a clear front runner when it comes to New York spending the most on money per student. In the last place is Utah at almost $8,000 per student. South Dakota did not have any data that was available for student education. Well, covered a lot today, obviously. We have a 13 investigates when it comes to opioids in Gloversville, some really hard to watch video from Tessa Tulin and body camera video that the Gloversville Police shared with us. So a really intense story coming up tonight at 9 o'clock. And we're going to take a closer look at that story as well in our in-depth newscast. We have high winter bills that are expected. National Grid warning people now to be ready for that. And a lot of people not happy about that, especially since this is not the first increase that we've seen. And then the Sitterly Road Bridge back open tonight after another truck hit it and they had to do some serious replacements. So we will see you tonight at 9 and 11 o'clock. Everybody have if I can get my graphic to roll, everybody have a wonderful evening. Oh my gosh, I can't get it to roll. Anyway, bye everybody.